It's been nearly a month since 100-mile-per-hour winds whipped through Houston in a rare derecho storm. That storm shredded a wall on a huge vacant building just north of downtown and turned part of it into a massive pile of cinder blocks that is scattered along the properties of 4 townhomes.
Well, tonight, some of those homeowners are furious, not just at their neighbor, but also the city. So they turned to 13 Investigates and our Kevin Ozebek to get some answers.
On May 16th, as the wind raged,
it was like a freight train just.
Jamie Moore and his neighbor Ben Pickford hunkered down in their homes.
We can hear like pings, poof, poof, things hitting the house.
And then this just all came down like a bomb.
4 weeks now, they've been staring at the aftermath. Their backyards butt up against the back wall of this old, rundown building. That storm was so strong, and that wall apparently so weak, part of it came crashing down, slicing away fence lines.
How many neighbors' yards can you peek into right now?
4.
So that's all parts of that building and that wall flying at our house.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
The terror of that night, though, has turned into anger, and it's not all aimed at the man who owns this dilapidated building. 13 Investigates found the building's history with the city goes back to 2010, when part of the roof collapsed. Years of neglect finally resulted in a November 8th, 2023 hearing. The hearing officer deemed the building to have a floor or roof of insufficient strength to be reasonably safe, and that the part may fall on members of the public. The hearing officer ordered the building to be up to code or demolished within 90 days.
Whoever owned this property was supposed to take it down by the city. We're 2 miles from City Hall right now, and right off of Main Street, we have this danger and this unaccountability. That's what makes me mad.
Houston Public Works tells 13 Investigates that after the hearing officer gave those orders, the owner of this building did buy a dangerous building repair permit, but the permit expired without any action.
How much power did this order have?
Doesn't look like it had much.
Houston Council member Mario Castillo knows this building well. Not only is it in his district, but he too used to live behind it and was once Ben and Jamie's neighbor.
We saw this coming.
Councilman Castillo says for a dangerous building to be brought down by the city, there's a long and complicated process that typically involves both Houston Public Works and the city's Department of Neighborhoods.
Even as a council member now, is this still confusing to you, how this works?
Yes. We need someone to take ownership of the inspection process. We've got 2 big departments involved, and we're seeing things like this go unaddressed for far too long.
But now the city is taking action and tearing down the building. The Department of Neighborhood says after 13 Investigates reached out, it requested an emergency conference, and the result was an emergency order for our contractors to demolish the building.
Relief. I'm ecstatic, obviously.
A win for these homeowners, but a win they say took way too long and took way too much collateral damage to their properties.
It's frustrating to find out that this sort of got hung up in the bureaucratic circle.
And of course, we also did reach out to the owner of that building. He tells us that that building was not insured, but he says he will pay out of pocket to clean up those 4 neighboring yards.
Okay, but what about the cost of bulldozing that building down? It's got to be expensive. Who's on the hook for that? The building owner or the taxpayer?
Yeah, we had that question too. This is going to be an upfront cost to us, the taxpayers. But the Department of Neighborhoods tells me they will eventually put a lien on that property, Eric, to get that money back.
Either way, I know those neighbors are glad to get their backyards cleaned up. Kevin, thanks a lot.